Hey guys, today I have this Blake Lively Golden Goddess inspired look, and I think Blake Lively is the ultimate summer icon as far as makeup and clothes, because she's very bohemian. She always has that blonde wavy hair, tan golden glow, and she keeps the eye makeup pretty simple usually. So I kind of tried to get that look today for a summer look. I thought, who better to do for a celebrity look than Blake Lively? And I really like the effect of this. I think it's really flattering if you have a tan, even if you don't, kind of fake a tan, if you will. And stay tuned to see how I did it. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is actually just take a bit of color test you into cool. You don't, she's like the golden goddess, so it doesn't really, you might think, why are you taking a white one? It's just because it's going to help intensify the color a little, and also because my NYX Jumbo pencil I'm using, they crease, so I want a little bit of a base. So you're going to be covering it up, so don't worry about the fact that it's like a white. And Blake's look is very metallic, so that will help with that. Next, I'm going to take my NYX Jumbo pencil in gold. If you have the one in pure gold, I think that's a bit of a better color because her looks a little more gold versus like orangey gold, but you know. I'm searching for a gold mine. As you can see, I kind of winged it out a little because her eye is a little pointier than mine, so I'm kind of try to fake that a little bit. I mean, obviously, if you don't have a pointier style eye, like, it's not really going to come out quite like hers would, but we can try a little bit, right? Okay, so first color I'm going to lay down just a tiny bit of this NYX color in mellow yellow, and over that white, I'm putting it like just on the lash line. It's going to get a really cool, like bright gold effect. Open up the skies and make me feel. And then I'm going to take a bit of this Urban Decay color in Baked. I think she probably uses something more like Half Baked, which is it's a little lighter and less orange, but I'm going to make do with what I have. Don't really want to go above the crease is my one tip to you, because her eye again is fairly small, so she doesn't really work outside of her lid space. So don't really do that if you're trying to achieve her exact look. And that's really about it for the eye. It seems pretty simple, and well, it is. Really, the last thing I'm going to do is actually take just a bit of Jezebel very lightly with a steel eyeshadow and just kind of blend over that gold to give it more of a rose gold look. So there you go. You can kind of go back and forth with that gold if you're trying to soften it up. Okay, and then under the eyes, you want a little bit more of NYX gold. Take it lightly because it's pretty pigmented. And what I'm going to take to set that on the tip of just going to take, and rather than taking an angle brush, I'm just going to take a little flat shadow brush and take the tip. And I'm going to mix a bit of Baked with Sin, which is also in the same palette right here. So, just to create a lighter gold. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of brightening on the inner corner using the Thin pencil by Urban Decay. It also has a gold tone, so it really goes well with this look, more even than other looks I've done. Okay, and that's about it for eyeshadow. As far as eyeliner, first things first, on the bottom, you don't really want a whole lot of eyeliner. What I'm going to do is take e.l.f. and Pebble. That's just a gray, and I'm going to kind of press it into my lower lash line. I want to feel the day begin to change. And then on the top, I'm going to go ahead and take Maybelline Master Drama and Cold Commander is just dark gray. I'm going to take the same angle brush, nothing on it, and just kind of smudge it out a little bit, just a little bit. It's been feeling kind of dull, and I'm waiting for a call to answer to. And then just some mascara. You want something dark, so I'm going to take my new favorite, L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black, and I'm just going to get that on the top, and on the bottom Yeah, a little bit on the bottom, not too much though. Be careful with it because it's very dark. And something you want to do is kind of pull your brush to the side so it gives it that pointed shape again. Okay, so what I already did was apply concealer and foundation. Just want to make sure you get that bronzy look, but if you don't have naturally tan skin, you can obviously work around that and go a little paler than Blake. Luckily I have pretty close to her skin right now because I've been out in the sun and stuff. So now I'm going to go ahead, and what I want is, because she has a very glowy complexion, I'm actually not going to be setting mine, but you can use a light setting powder, but my foundation uses Dream Matte, so it kind of mattifies on its own if you don't press it. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a bit of a pinky colored cream blush, which is very close to her color blush, I would say, and this is Stila and Lilium. And if you can play off your own angles, that would be good, because you do want to get kind of an angular look to your face as well as your eyes, you know. Just get that all over. Okay, now I'm gonna I would have stepped out a little at this point if I wanted to, but since I'm not for this particular look, I'm gonna go ahead and do bronzer, and I'm gonna kind of set with this in the sense I'm gonna kind of brush it all over lightly, and I mean like just like that. You don't want a lot. Put bronzer all over it lightly, but be very gentle with it. You don't want to look fake. You just want to look glowy and like you've been in the sun. Now I'm going to take the same bronzer. By the way, this is Tarte Mineral Bronzer in Park Avenue Princess. I use this all the time. And I'm going to show you kind of how I contour. I obviously have a very round face. It's pretty much a circle. So for me, it's very difficult to get my face to look pretty with the high cheekbones and all that. And I know the tutorials you see always say do this. And for me, that's a weird angle. It's right here, and they say don't go that low. So I'm like, I don't have angles anywhere else. It's because my face just has no angles. So I'm going to show you kind of how I figured out, because I've been trying to contour for a little while now. I'm going to show you how I've kind of figured out how to do it. So if you have a round face like me, you can do it. If you have an angled face, you can enhance your angles if you want. If you don't like to do that, you can skip it. Just kind of brush it all over, I'd say, is your biggest thing you should do if you already have angles. I'm going to contour though. I think she probably does. I'm going to take this and I'll show you what I do. I'll walk you through the first cheek. So I start far back here and I kind of blend it inwards till about here. And then I start blending upwards because it kind of gives your cheek a little bit of a lift. See what that does? It kind of gives you a bit of an angle and also gives it a lift. You can probably tell the difference between the two cheeks better than in person. You can kind of tell, but I think on camera it actually comes out a little better. So I'm going to do the other cheek. And as far as the rest of the face, I like to do the, the hairline, as well as a little bit on either side of my nose to make that a little pointier. And then I also like to go under my chin. As you can see, I have a bit of fat right there. So I still obviously don't look quite like her, but you know, you do what you can with what you've got. Now as far as highlighting, she's very highlighted. I'm not somebody who really, I don't even own a highlighting product actually, because it's not really something I do. But I have a couple blushes with a little shimmer. Because I have dry skin, I can do that. If you have oily, I would not recommend blushes with shimmer, because they do make you look a little oilier. This one's pretty light, so I'm going to go ahead and take that and brush it kind of along my cheekbone. And that's L'Oreal and Barely Blushing. It kind of gives a bit of a glow. The last thing I'm going to do is take a bit of actually the Sin eyeshadow that I used earlier, and I'm going to kind of brush this along my cheekbones and my nose, down my nose, because it kind of will give you a bit of a glow. And you can do that. You can take eyeshadows if you don't actually own a highlighting product. Okay, so there is the finished face. I hope you can see that was really the key point of this look, to get that glowy look. If you have something gold and shimmery, I think pop that on if you want to go ahead and do that. As far as lips, I'm going to kind of go for her kind of nudie pink that she seems to do mostly. Occasionally she will do like a color or something, but kind of go with what she normally does. So I'm going to take this new, what's it called, Revlon Just Fitting Kissable Balm Stain in Precious. It kind of is kind of clear, kind of gives you a brown tone to your lips. And if you really want that golden glow, you can kind of leave it like that. I'm going to add a little pink just because she does usually have pink tone to her cheeks and lips, as I said. This is NYX Mega Shine Lip Gloss in beige. It's actually like the perfect color. Okay, so there is the finished Blake Lively kind of golden goddess look. I didn't base it on a specific look, kind of just like her basic look. And she mixes it up. Obviously, some days more gold, some days more pink, some days more bronze, some days a little less. I mean, obviously anyone would mix it up, different liner, all that, but I kind of went with what I think is kind of her basic one that you might see on Gossip Girl often and all that. And I like the effect. I think it's really nice and flattering, gives you that really like summery look. So she's like awesome for summer, I think. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I found it useful for contouring especially. I thought I gave some good tips for you guys with round faces, hopefully. And also with the eyes, if you want to give yourself that flirty look, a big tip is just take the mascara and go that way, and it goes with the wing and it looks really flirty. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around. Bye! Well,